Hey guys, what's up? This is the boy who had 7. So today's video is all about my favorite Spider-Man comic in my PC, my personal collection. It's also what got me back into comics and why I started collecting again. And last but not least, what books I'm still on the hunt for in 2018. So first off, I've got to give a shout out to Spidey Fan. He is doing a cool 500 subscriber giveaway. Congratulations to you, bro. Obviously, he's a huge Spider-Man fan, and that's why he wants to know our favorite Spider-Man book in our PC. And so this one's really cool for me. The first time I saw it, I was in a comic book shop. It was in a glass case, and it just, when I saw it, it caught my eye. The colors on it, the drawing, it was just so beautiful to me that I wanted it for so long, and it took me like 3 years until I could actually get it and find a good copy that I liked. And so when I got it, I was just really excited about it, and I wanted to show my dad. And this is a really cool story because my dad used to collect a lot of comic books when he was young, and when he was heading off to law school, his mom was like, "Hey, you're a man now. Men don't do boyish things," and she pretty much took his hundreds of copies of comics from the 1960s, and she threw them in the trash can. Grandma, why? Every time I think about it, I'm sick to my stomach. So anyway, once I got this book, I wanted to see if my dad had ever seen it because it's from the 60s. And I took it over to him, and he as he started looking at it, I mean, immediately he had a blast from the past. He got some tears in his eyes. He's like, "I remember the first time I saw this comic and bought it. I was walking into a drugstore or a pharmacy, and there was a little rack, a spinning rack, and the comic was right there. And I asked my mom if I could buy it. He spent 12 cents on it, picked it out, took it home as a little boy. And so he was just looking at it, having this awesome nostalgic moment, and I just loved it. So this comic means a lot to me. This is my very favorite comic book cover. I mean, of course, I'd love to have Amazing Fantasy 15 or Amazing Spider-Man #1 or number 12 or whatever, but this one, I just love it so much for the reasons I just told you, just for its aesthetic pleasure. I just love the way it looks. So without further ado, this is Amazing Spider-Man #20. I mean, just look at that beautiful green of the Scorpion. He's holding up Spider-Man above him. I don't know if the video does it justice, but there's just this beautiful green hue with the blue river behind him, or the ocean behind him. And I just love this book. And the reason this book's important to have, if you guys watch Amazing Spider-Man Homecoming, this character was in there. And so I'm thinking he's going to show up in the next movie, and so I'm just really happy to have this one. But I'll tell you what, I'm not getting rid of this one unless I find a nicer copy and I'm able to switch them out, But this one's a pretty clean copy. I love it, and I mean, look at how beautiful that is. So Spidey Fan, this is my favorite cover, my favorite book, Spider-Man book that I own. And by the way, Spider-Man's my favorite character of all time. I love him. So I have that in common with you. So there it is. There's that. Next, he asked, what got you back into collecting comics? So first, what got me into collecting comics? When I was a little kid, comic books and baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards were the big thing. Like, everybody wanted to get those things. So I would go every once in a while, pick up some books. But my sister started dating this guy, and he brought me a huge stack of comic books. And they included books like The Infinity Gauntlet and The Death of Superman storyline. So this was the early 90s, and I started reading them. I fell in love with comics. I was always watching the animated series, Batman animated series, Spider-Man, X-Men. I mean, I was just immersed in comic books. I grew up loving them. I stopped collecting them for a long time. Like, I have 7 kids, guys. So, a lot of my money has to go to taking care of my family, which is right. But a couple years back, I decided I want to read The Death of Superman again. So I went and I purchased all of them, the ones that I didn't have in my personal collection. And so, like, I've got these really cool trade paperbacks of let me pull these out because these are really cool. But this storyline, okay, the Death of Superman storyline, when Doomsday shows up and they kill each other. And then Funeral for a Friend. And after that, we've got the Reign of Superman. These 4 other Supermen show up in Clark's absence. And then after that, we've got Return of the Superman. And then Doomsday. I mean, these books, I was reading them, and all of a sudden, all those feelings I had as a kid just came back. They flooded my heart. And I'm like, I've got to do this again. And so it's been a few years now that I've been collecting again, and I'm just having the time of my life, and I love it. So that's what got me back into collecting comic books in this day and age. And so now I've opened up a business, try to buy and sell as much as I can, do this YouTube thing. I mean, it's absolutely a blast. So last question that you asked is, what are we still on the hunt for the rest of this year? I am actually this year hunting some pretty big books. So right now, these are the top 3 that I'm looking for. I want Fantastic Four #1. I am looking for this book. I just got to find it at the right price. There's a little bit of hype right now because Disney's buying Fox and the rights, and the prices have gone up. I'm not sure if I should get it now, or wait till it dips a little bit. But I don't want to get caught saying, you know what, I waited and all it's done is raise. So I'm looking for that one. I'm looking for Fantastic Four #5, which is the first appearance of Doctor Doom. I really want this book a lot. I had it in my queue on eBay. I found a really good one, I think like a 5.0 white pages, and someone bought it before I could I could get to it. So I've got to find another one. And then I'm also looking for Showcase #22, which is the first appearance of the Green Lantern. So these are the 3 books that I'm really after right now to pick up by the end of this year. I've decided to, and I've talked to people like Alex the Comic Hoarder and some of my other friends on Instagram. I'm still debating whether I should sell a bunch of my minor keys or my keys so I can get my holy grails. I mean, like, Fantastic Four #1 is a holy grail for me. I think I may have mentioned before in my past videos, I love the Fantastic Four covers, Jack Kirby, Stan Lee writing. That art to me, every time I see it, I'm just in love with it. So and then I love Hal Jordan and Doom. That's just a book that's going to be hot, especially if the MCU makes a good Doom Fantastic Four movie. I mean, it's just going to revolutionize everything. So, and that book's going to be skyrocketing. I'm not going to be able to afford it. So those are the books that I'm after this year. And I'm glad that you did this giveaway, man, because you got me thinking about my dad in the Spider-Man book. You got me thinking about my sister's boyfriend, who actually married my sister and ended up passing away of cancer in 2008. And so just all the things that he did for me in my comic book life, I just will always be appreciative to him, because he's the one that literally brought him into my room as a kid. I looked up to this guy, and he set him on my bed, and I just love him for it. So you've been able to give me a blast from the past and then get me excited about some books that I won in 2018. So congratulations to you. I see that you've flown past 500. I'm excited. Thanks for the opportunity. Guys, please go sub up Spidey Fan. Check him out. I've got a link in the description below to his giveaway. You got a few more days to get in on it. And don't forget my Superman giveaway. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about what I said. So anyway, talk to you later. Have a great night.